Let's talk to Sam Stanton of Bedford High to make the switch back to the boys' side. The Bulldogs, of course, 3-0 in Division I in year one at the D1 level after winning multiple championships at D2. They're 3-0. The national streak still alive. Now it's 64 in a row. Sam, good morning. Thanks for joining us first and foremost. How are you?
Good. How are you guys? Thanks for having me.
We are good. Thank you. Let's rewind the tape about 24 hours or so. You guys had a huge game against Pinkerton. You figured the Astros would be chomping at the bit to get back at you guys after losing by just one goal last year. And you went into their territory, so to speak, and in the words of Russ Moyer, manhandled the Astros. What was the key in your mind yesterday to that big win on the road?
I think everyone really stepped up yesterday. It started in net with Sean Tierney. Made some huge saves right on the doorstep. Made some really good saves on Todd Billiter and Tully, too, are really good finishers. So from there on out, our defense stepped up, middies, and then our attack had a huge game.
Nice. Sam, good morning. It's Coach Hetler. Thanks for coming on with us this morning.
How you doing?
Good. Hey, so I mean, speaking of matchups, talk to us a little bit about your line mate there, Dakota Clark, and what he brings to you and allows sort of, it's sort of like pick your poison, right? You got the two-headed beast at the midfield there. How do you guys complement each other? How nice is it to have another player of his caliber on the same line as you? How does that talk to you a little bit about how that frees you up to do some of the things that you're able to do?
Yeah, it's huge. I love playing with Dakota because they got to pick who they want to put the pole on, and then we can work a two-man game, and whoever has the pole can pick and then switch off to get the short stick. And we're both really comfortable with dodging and moving the ball really quickly, so it's huge having another player like that to just open up space and attack the net too.
Yeah, I would think it's just a matchup nightmare for a lot of teams, especially, I mean, the size that you bring to the field. I mean, I remember at indoor, my guys would be playing pretty good defense against you, and just your size alone being able to shoot over the top of guys. So it's going to be a matchup that teams are going to have to deal with all season and plays into your favor. We know Dakota has committed to Air Force, and you've got college plans too. How big a role, you chose St. Mike's. We've got a lot of Tomahawk alumni there. You've got a former teammate in Taylor Wallace. Luke Soames is there, Jake Songberg, John Miller, Johnny Carnatius. Did those guys have a big influence in you picking St. Mike's? What was one of your deciding factors in choosing St. Mike's?
Well, I actually went up there and stayed with Johnny Miller overnight, and we had a blast together. And they're from Bedford, so I've known them for a really long time. So when I went up there, he was really good to me, and we went through a couple of classes together. I practiced with the team, then they had a little scrimmage that we watched too. So it just felt really comfortable up there, and they made it feel right at home.
Again, our guest is Bedford Bulldogs standout Sam Stanton. Bedford, of course, 3-0 after a convincing win yesterday against Pinkerton.
That could be a lot of fun, though. You guys, all those guys together. It's a relatively young team up there. You guys come home, you get a little St. Mike's summer team going there. You guys could have a lot of fun over the next 4 years. You're gonna be a team to look out for.
Yeah, it's a really young team and a young coach, and he's got the team in the right direction. They're playing well this year. And Johnny Miller actually scored his first collegiate goal 2 games ago against St. A's in overtime to win it. So that was pretty cool.
Were you there? Were you able to go and watch it? Were you able to see it?
No, it was up at St. Mike.
Oh, okay.
So a little far of a drive, and we had practice, but I saw the video. It was pretty cool to watch.
Cool. Well, switching gears back to your team that you're playing for right now, you guys, obviously you've been on a roll. We talked to Coach Gerard last week about the streak, and he said he would be lying if it wasn't on your minds. How do you guys stay focused? You got through the big game against Pinkerton. What motivates you guys to keep going forward here? How do you challenge each other during practice? You got, not looking at it, but you've got a fairly manageable schedule going forward here until later in the season where you start playing some tougher teams again. What keeps you guys motivated in pushing each other?
To be honest, the players don't really talk about the streak too much. It's sort of in the back of our minds. So whenever we go out and play, it's not something we worry about. It's not, if we lose this, we lose the streak. Nothing like that. So at practice, we we just can't get complacent. It's huge having both Mike Bayless, who's going to Bryant, and Cormac McCarthy, who's going to Boston University, both playing LSM. So Dakota and I really get good work in practice, dodging on two of probably the best LSMs in the state. So that really helps to really focus us up and just get ready for games.
Yeah, so you're saying the internal battles, you guys challenging each other in practice there. That's great. A lot of teams, just aren't blessed with that depth and aren't able to do those kind of individual challenges in practice. So that definitely gives you guys an advantage. Looking down the road, not to overlook any teams, but who are you guys looking forward to? What challenges down the road? You've got I see you got Cape Elizabeth this week. They've been a perennial power. They're coming off strong. They're ranked number 2 in Maine right now. You've got Merrimack and Concord this week. Who are you looking forward to, and what are you looking to get out of it this week?
Coach had so we have Cape Elizabeth on Tuesday, so we got to focus on that game. We in game, and they're a very good team, so we got to stay focused and not look past anyone.
Absolutely. No, and then later in the season, you guys you'll have your chance with your showdown with BG and keeping things rolling there. Individually, what goals have you set for yourself this season? What are you looking to try and accomplish?
It's not so much individual goals. All the guys on the team love playing as a team, and no one's about boosting their stats or I got All-American or All-State. It's nothing like that. The ultimate goal is to win a state championship and nothing less.
It's a great team philosophy.
There's got to be a little bit of play, right? It can't be all work, no play, especially with the end of the year coming up. I mean, what else off the lacrosse field do you like to do? What kind of activities are you into, Sam?
I just love hanging out with friends. Our lacrosse team is really close off the field, too. So last night, actually, Mike Bayless, after the win, had some guys over for a bonfire. So it just shows that we're a really close group, and we can get our minds off the game. We didn't talk about the game that much. We can talk about other things. And with school winding down, we got to stay focused on school until the end.
Right.
But focus more on the cross and just make sure the season goes how we want it to.
Good stuff, Sam. I appreciate it. Good luck the rest of the way. And, again, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks,
Thank you. That's Sam Stanton of the Bedford Bulldogs, the 3-0 undefeated Bedford Bulldogs, may I add, as well. They've won 64 now in a row, and